What skills make a good midwife? And do you have the skill to be a great midwife? Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another video. It's your girl Nadine and I'm so happy to be back filming midwifery related content. I feel like it's been a while since I've actually sat down and spoken to you guys and give you guys some information surrounding midwifery. So it's a brand new year and happy new year to you guys. And this is actually my first video of 2025 and I thought, why not film a midwifery related video, seeing as I haven't done one in a while. But before I get started with today's video, I just want to ask you guys to do something for me very quickly. Just like this video if you guys enjoy my content, so I can continue creating contents like this, and I know that you guys are enjoying the videos that I create. And also subscribe to the channel as it helps grow my channel, and I know that you guys are interested to see and hear what I talk about, what I do and things like that. So if you guys can do that before we start, that would be great. And thank you so much. So people often ask me, should I be a midwife? But that is a personal question to you, which I can't give you the answer to. But what I can give you are the skills and traits that make a great midwife. So if you can identify, or if you have any of these skills and traits, the chances are that you will be a great midwife in the near future and you will have a very successful career as you navigate the world of midwifery. A good midwife is made up of a mixture of certain personality traits and academic skills. You will need to be educated yet likable, knowledgeable but easygoing, as well as independent yet able to act well as part of a multidisciplinary team. So a skill that is needed to be a great midwife is you need to be able to communicate effectively. You need to be able to communicate with a diverse people in diverse situations, which is fundamental in this job. You need to be able to have good non-verbal and verbal communication skills. You need to be able to listen and also communicate professionally and effectively while working as a midwife. If you're someone that is not good at listening to people and understanding people and being non-judgmental, then this is not for you. You need to be able to effectively communicate with people, therefore listening to people in a way that they can understand and feel not judged or feel that you are being harsh to them or not being professional in any way, and also be able to communicate in diverse situations, whether you're speaking to the old or the young, whatever the situation might be. You need to be able to effectively communicate in this profession, which is fundamental for this job. Communicating with the team is also something that is fundamental. If this is something that you find hard to do, and this is something that you may need to look into or work on or see how you can better improve in order for you to be the great midwife that you need to be. So that first skill is effective communication skills. So the next skill or the next ability that you need and that is fundamental to be a great midwife is you need to be able to be resilient. So what I mean by resilience, you need to have the strength to start your midwifery course and be able to finish it, because there's a lot that come with the course. So resilience play a big part of becoming a midwife, and also after you qualify. You will be hit by a lot as a student midwife. You will have deadlines, you will have exams, you will have placements that you will need to do. And as a student midwife, you will be tested like you've never been tested before. So it will come at you hard, it will come at you heavy. So you need to have that resilience to keep going or to keep pursuing your career or your goal to become a midwife. If you don't have that resilience, you will struggle as a newly qualified midwife after qualifying and finishing your education. There'll be times where you'll be knocked back by a coursework or an exam, and you need to have the resilience to keep going and bounce back. And one thing I can say about placement is you definitely need to be resilient while on placement. Placement is not a walk in the park. There's some students that found placements very challenging and very difficult because of the amount of pressure that comes with working basically a full-time job as a student and also having to do your education and your exams on the side. You'll be working in high-pressured environments and you will be expected to do certain things and act in a certain way while on placement. So you need to have that resilience to keep going in order for you to even qualify. You may encounter mentors that are very difficult or that don't understand you, or they are expecting too much of you, and you are working with different characters, or you are working in situations that are triggering. So the resilience come into play where you keep going and you basically bounce back and you keep pursuing your dream in order to become a midwife. Midwifery as itself on the course and after qualifying, it is not easy. easy. The education part does not stop once you qualify. You still have to do your preceptorship, you still have to get things signed off, you still have a lot of learning after qualifying. The learning and growing, the pressure, the stress basically does not stop after you qualify. So you need to be able to have that resilience within you as an ability to keep going and to keep striving for that dream career that you decided to go for when you embarked on the journey to becoming a midwife. So although resilience is a key part or a key skill and ability to be a great midwife, it's not only the skill that you need to also be able to have multiple other skills. The next skill that I will be talking about is the problem solving capabilities, or be able to problem solve as either a student and once qualified. You need to be able to have quick and critical thinking. Problems will arise and you need to be able to think quickly on your toes and think critically on your toes and be able to solve a problem immediately while the problem arises. If you're someone that shuts down when a problem is happening, or you're not able to critically think and solve an issue that may arise, then you may struggle as a midwife. Problem solving is a huge part of being a midwife. Things will happen. You will be on shift one day and someone will either collapse or someone will spontaneously go into labor quicker than you thought, and you need to be able to problem solve or critically think on your feet and act as appropriately when the situation arises. So this is something that you can build on and work on as a student midwife, and something that you need to kind of adapt into your everyday working life as a midwife, so that you can better prepare and navigate your life as a midwife, so that you can better manage situations and save lives and support women effectively as a midwife. So the next fundamental skill or the ability that you need to have is to be able to adapt. Being adaptable is an essential skill or an ability that you need to have as a midwife. You need to be able to adapt in different situations and in different environments, working with different people. You can't keep yourself in one box, in one setting, or in one situation or scenario. You need to be able to be open and able to adapt in different environments and in different situations in order for you to effectively care for the people under your care. Obviously, you will have the support, the training to back it up in terms of how you work on labor ward, how you work in the community, how you work in clinic. You will have that training so that you can better navigate yourself in how you care for these women effectively and their family. So another skill is to be able to be caring and compassionate as a student and also as a qualified midwife. So being book smart or being good at the academic side is very, very important. However, you also need to have that caring and compassionate nature within you. You can't just bring your book smartness and bring it to the labor and delivery room and bring that to the care for the women. You need to also have that empathy and that compassion and that care for the people that you are working with. So that is something that cannot be taught in school. You can be taught about how to deliver a baby, how to do certain injections, how to do certain emergencies, but you need to also have a caring and compassionate nature within yourself. This is something that is absolutely essential. You need to be able to have empathy, and you need to be able to build trust with the people that you are caring for. If you don't have that caring nature within you, or if you don't have that compassion or that empathy, then how are these women and these families with their babies, how are they supposed to trust you or warm to you or even let you in for them to care for you adequately? They will be hostile towards you if you are hostile to them. They will be very standoffish to you if you are standoffish to them. Building that trust with the women and their family is super important. They are going through the most precious time of their life, where they are bringing new life into the world, and they also may be going through a difficult time in their life where they may be experiencing a loss or a bereavement or complications, and all they need from you is that caring and compassionate nature or that empathy. So care and compassion is a skill or an ability that needs to be had within yourself in order for you to be the best midwife that you can be for the women that you are caring for. And alongside care and compassion, you need to have a good emotional intelligence. That is something that you cannot get from your books or from your school. Having good bedside manners, rather than just throwing the book at them, this is what I've learned, you know, PPH is this amount, giving them figures, giving them statistics. You need to have that emotional intelligence when caring for these women, so that you can have a greater rapport and a greater trust with the women and families that you care for. And when you have that emotional intelligence and when you can build that trust, patients are more likely to open up to you and tell you things that are difficult for them to share. Maybe they're dealing with situations where they're in abusive relationships, or they are dealing with addictions, or they're not taking their medication correctly, or they need further support within their pregnancy. If you don't have that emotional intelligence or that care or compassion, they will not disclose certain information to you, and therefore their care will be missed and they will not be cared for appropriately. That is why emotional intelligence, to be caring and compassionate, is super important to be a great midwife. So the last and final skill and ability that you need in order to be a great midwife is the ability to cope in distressing situations and the ability to stay calm in stressful situations. As a student midwife, you will be tested to your limit. You will be thrown in situations that could seem stressful and overwhelming for you. And also, as a newly qualified midwife, you will be thrown in situations that are stressful and overwhelming for you, that may be distressing to you. So having the ability to stay calm in these situations and evaluate what you can do to make situations better is a great skill to have as a midwife. You need to have that ability to stay calm in stressful environments. If you constantly crack under pressure, if you constantly crack in certain situations that are seeming stressful or overwhelming, then you will struggle as a midwife. Let me speak for an experience that I once had. I came onto the ward and I was literally the only midwife that turned up on shift on the antenatal ward. And what I had to do is figure out how I can work effectively and safely so that I don't put these women in harm's way. I didn't panic. I didn't break down and run out the room or run out the hospital and go home. I said, this is what I can do in order for me to give safe and effective care, and this is what I can't do. And what I can't do, I then have to escalate it to my managers so that they can come and support me. In those situations where it's stressful, it's overwhelming, you're left on your own, do not panic. You need to figure out how you can better cope in those stressful situations. So being able to deal with distressing situations and high pressured, stressful situations is so essential as a midwife. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you guys have any questions or any comments that you have regarding these skills or attributes, please do either DM me or comment below. Also, like this video if you guys have enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon in my next video. So until then guys,